Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bald Banter Podcast. I am your host, Troy Hepker.
I'm your host, Nick Hefner.
God, we struggled a little bit with some technical difficulties here for, I don't know, probably the better part of an hour.
Dude, it was, I sent you the first one an hour ago.
Literally an hour ago.
Literally an hour ago, my guy.
So much for getting that pod done early tonight.
I love technology.
I don't know what happened.
Hey, but we're here.
Yeah, possibly thanks to my wife.
We're not going to give her the benefit of that one, bud.
She might watch, she might listen. You never know. She might call you out for that one. Oh boy. All right, so let's get into it. Nick, you got some stuff you want to talk about already?
I do have a couple things I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about is
probably
where
something
to
that
hit
I don't want to
first.
talk about.
What?
Probably something that I don't want to talk about.
I mean, we can talk about what you don't want to talk about first, if that's what you want, dude.
Like, it makes me angry, but then again, it doesn't make me angry, I suppose.
Let's
In a
talk
way,
about it.
because something might get good out of it.
Let's talk about it, dude.
All right, let's go.
Bring it
Pitter
up.
pat.
I'm gonna love this, just so you know. Bring it up, bud.
Over the weekend, on Saturday at noon, Ohio State lost to Michigan again for the fourth consecutive year in a row.
Oh,
Thanks to Ryan Day and his shitty play calling.
I'm not even a Michigan fan, and I loved hearing that.
It was awful. We did not come to play. We were not at all ready to show up to play. Like, Michigan showed up. They looked like the 10-1 team. We did not.
Y'all looked like poop, dude.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Absolute poop.
But
Well, it also doesn't help that your kicker missed two very, very makeable kicks.
I felt like I was watching the 49ers all over again with Moody.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was a pretty frustrating game. We should not have struggled that much against Michigan.
No, you
We
guys.
could not run the ball at all, but they couldn't really stop the pass when we actually had decent passes.
And like I talked about with a buddy at work, like you guys have two phenomenal, if not three phenomenal wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the heck? I'm going back to look at the stats that where's Ohio State? You guys were the noon game, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Ohio State lost to Michigan 13-10. Okay. Your game leaders. Okay. Howard had 175 yards passing.
Yep.
You have three phenomenal wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you running the ball between the numbers even? Well, between the hashes, sorry, between the hashes.
I don't know. It was awful. It was hard to watch. It's very, very aggravating.
Yeah. Tate, your leading receiver for the game, had 58 yards receiving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you turn around and you look at Warren, he only threw 62 yards the whole game.
Hey, man, turnovers too.
Two interceptions by him, two interceptions by Will Howard. Like,
What kills me when Sawyer caught that one interception and we did nothing with it. Like,
yeah,
just squandered
you
the whole
literally
thing.
didn't you pick it off when they were in the red zone? Or no, they were on their own like 20, wasn't it? 25?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And y'all didn't do shit. And then you missed the field goal.
Correct. Yeah.
So you pretty much gave them the ball back where they had the ball to begin with. I don't
Yep.
know. And
Sounds
then,
really bad when you put it that way.
like the dude I was watching the game with said, you literally just handed them the ball back, literally in the same spot that you had the ball to begin with, or that they had the
Hmm.
ball to begin with. Like, absolutely insane to be and to be the number two. I get it, it's rivalry week. I get it.
Hmm.
But to be the number two team in the nation and put up 10 points against a 6-5 team.
Yep. Like I said, man, it was rough. It was a hard game to watch. What the fuck?
That
Anyway,
fly had Ryan Day's play calling.
I, Ryan Day is not for me is not an Ohio State coach. He's not a bad coach, but he's not an Ohio State coach. You can't
Okay,
beat
so who does
Michigan.
but does he get fired?
His contract ends, and because I looked this up, his contract ends in 2028. They would have to pay him $37.3 million.
Okay, so who do you guys go get if you fire him?
Not a clue. Whoever. Hopefully they get rid of Chip Kelly too, because Chip Kelly's awful.
I dislike Chip Kelly so much. He's a
Yeah,
horrible
do you?
coach. I do.
Yeah, isn't he? Isn't he? He is.
I
Try having
dislike
him
Chip
for
Kelly.
Chip Kelly was the 49ers coach also. Terrible. Awful,
Yes.
awful, awful, awful. I
Yes.
can't stand Chip Kelly. I can't stand Chip Kelly. His contract ends up in 2027, but hopefully they get rid of him too.
There's not a lot of coaches I say that I dislike, but Chip Kelly is one of them. And
Hmm.
then who just coached Notre Dame? Brian Kelly,
Yeah,
who's now the coach of LSU. I don't like him either.
yeah.
It must be the name, just the Kelly name. Last
Hmm.
name. I know like I have a good friend named Kelly.
Yeah.
But like again, how are you the number two team and only put up 10 points? How,
Don't know. And then you drop all the way down to seventh.
yeah, which is crazy.
I don't know. I was not thrilled. I
Well,
didn't. I did. I was so mad. I didn't really watch a whole lot of football after that.
I'll
I
just
mean,
say
few
it.
games here and there, but
Y'all had more heart in the fight afterwards than you all did in the whole game.
yeah, I'll agree with that. That
If
was
you
also ridiculous.
if you don't, well, I'll say it again. If you don't want Michigan to plant their flag in your field,
Hmm.
beat them. That's what
Kind of hard
Baker
to do that when you have a coach that doesn't.
and that's what Baker Mayfield said too, because he did it to Ohio State. Ohio State did it to him.
Hmm.
If you don't want them to do it, don't let them win.
Right? Yeah.
And also screw Ryan Day. The coach literally stood there and watched it happen. Did nothing.
Hmm.
Stood there.
Yeah. I know. It was.
You are the leader of these kids. 18, 19, 20-year old kids.
Yep.
And you stand there and let it happen. And everybody's going to come out and say, well, Michigan started it. Michigan did this. Okay, let's look at all the other games that happened. The same thing.
Hmm.
Arizona State planting their trident in the middle of the A on the Arizona football field. I mean, yeah, there was a little scrimmage or squibbish, but it was nothing like Ohio State and Michigan.
No,
You have North Carolina or who did North Carolina play? Because it happened in that game too. There was
I'm not
like
sure.
there was like 4 games that this happened at.
Hmm.
Again,
Yeah.
if you don't want it to happen against your rival, beat them at your house.
Yeah. Well, Ohio State hasn't done that for few years.
It
So
was North Carolina State. They did the same thing. They attempted to plant the flag, and North Carolina took the flag from them. If you don't want it to happen, beat them.
Well, did you hear what Gus Johnson said
No, I might have.
while Michigan's head coach was walking off the field waving at Ohio State fans,
Yeah,
telling them, bye, we own you, and all that nonsense?
he does.
For now.
Yeah.
But Moore said that we didn't cheat this time.
I mean, he's not wrong. Who was the other game that I saw had another fight? Auburn and Alabama, but that was a sideline fight during the game. It didn't happen after the game. There was one more, and I don't remember who it was.
I don't know. It was a confusing day, like weekend for football and fights because there was quite a few in the NFL too.
Yeah, there was. And that's the same thing. You have all these young kids making millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes for college too, because college is getting ruined by the NIL.
Yeah.
Ruined. You have Shadir Sanders that made $5.3 million this year, and he's driving around in a freaking what is he's got like 8 cars. Why?
No thanks. I don't like paying for one.
Right. But here's the thing, he's not paying the way you're paying or I'm paying. He's walking in with that name and, oh, Mr. Sanders, here, we'll give you whatever. And he just hands him the freaking cash.
Mm-hmm.
NIL is ruining college football. NIL is putting young kids that aren't used to having what they're having. So here's a freaking breaking news. Jackson Arnold enters transfer portal. That's another thing. Yeah. NIL is ruining college football.
Yep, I will agree with that one.
Oh, whew. What else was there? I mean, you look at the college playoffs now. How right now is, excuse me, college football rankings. Oregon 1, they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Texas 2, they deserve it. Penn State 3, yeah, they deserve it. Their only loss was Ohio State. Notre Dame, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
SMU, Indiana, Boise, Bama, and Arizona State, I think was the other one. I gotta look that one up. My buddy tagged me in it on Facebook, so I mean I'll have to go to the Book of Faces to see. All right, yes. So it is. The standings right now, Arizona State would play Penn State because Penn State is, I got to make this a little bit bigger. I'm blind and can't see.
Mm.
Penn State is ranked fifth right now. Then Tennessee would play Ohio State. Does Tennessee have enough to beat Ohio State? If Ohio State plays the way they did, yes.
I was gonna say if they play like they played against Michigan, then yeah, they will.
Yeah. And then you have Bama that would be going to Notre Dame. I mean, I think Notre Dame beats that 9 out of 10 times.
I don't know.
You're
I haven't
playing,
really watched much Alabama games this year.
you're bringing a Southern team to the North where literally outside right now it is a balmy what, 8 degrees?
I was gonna say it's not very warm. 37.
Yeah.
8.
Dude, I had the wrong one up. That's Wisconsin. I got family coming down. Leave me alone.
Oh man.
34 feels like 17.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly out.
Notre Dame's used to play it in that. Ohio State's used to play it in that.
Hmm.
Penn State's used to play it in that. Like, and you're bringing all these Southern teams up to it. I mean, good on them. Georgia's going to mollywop Indiana.
Probably.
And then you
That'll be
got,
one of those games where you hope.
yeah. Then you got the 4 teams that are ranked: Oregon, Texas, SMU, and Boise State. Do I think Boise State can beat Penn State? Probably not. Do I
No,
think
that's probably a
SMU can
hard
beat
no.
Alabama or Notre Dame? Not a chance.
No. Also, that's a no.
But then you got the winner of Tennessee, Ohio State going against Oregon. Are either one of them going to beat Oregon? Probably not.
Dude, nobody's gonna beat Oregon.
Oregon's my pick to win it all.
They are friggin' stout, and I don't foresee anybody beating them.
No, I will agree with you.
So, I mean, there's that.
All right, we hit on that. I got you saw me get a little angry there.
A little heated, bud.
Dude, like I said, if you don't want them to do it, win. Friday night,
Well,
Minnesota did it to Wisconsin. They won the Paul Bunyan axe. You don't want them to take it from you. Win it.
yep. Well,
Win the darn game.
you gotta show up to the game first.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
Well, let's talk about your other favorite football team, Bubba.
Let's not say we did.
That
I legit went to bed on that one. Like I stopped watching.
was, dude, Josh Allen is a beast.
Yeah, he is. Yes,
Josh
he
Allen
is.
to be the first quarterback in the NFL to have a receiving touchdown. Oh, sorry, a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown in the same freaking game is unthink of. And Amari Cooper
Yep.
was like, "Oh, he just came running. I thought he wanted the ball, so I just tossed it to him."
Yeah.
Like,
No, dude. Like, good for him. That's awesome.
I just,
And Josh Allen's like, he's tearing it up this year.
dude, he's always tearing it up though. I get so scared watching him run the ball.
He takes a lot of hits, like
He's
shoulder head first. The
he's
dude is
not
a
afraid.
beast. No,
He
he
is
doesn't give a
not
shit.
afraid.
No,
Not
but
afraid.
yeah, no. San Francisco again didn't show up to play. Did not show up to play.
And then you lose CMC again.
CMC, Jordan Mason. So now we have. I don't even know who our running back is now.
You have
Like
a
I
rookie
don't.
running back.
I don't say I don't think I've heard of this guy. Like I'm sure they pulled him off the practice squad and said, "Hey, bud, you're in."
Hey,
Um,
next guy up.
like, hey, now's your chance.
Let's see if we
Like,
can tear your ACL also.
but Trent Williams wasn't playing that game. Bosa wasn't playing that game. We still don't have Huafonga back in. And then CMC goes out with a friggin' PCL injury.
Yeah.
Um, it's just 49ers cannot stay healthy. Period.
Yeah.
If they can't stay healthy, they can't win. But they need to have their other people step up and start playing.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and then you look at like other injuries that happen, like the hit on Trevor Lawrence.
dude, like I said, if Alshire still played for San Francisco, that hit probably never would have happened. He is not the same player that he was when he was playing for San Francisco.
Yeah. I'll give you that
That
one.
was a nasty, nasty hit, dude. Nasty hit.
Yeah, he led with his whole
And
foot.
like, and even in that scuffle, Trevor Lawrence didn't even move. Like
No.
he just laid there, and everyone else is like fighting around him.
Yeah. And it was just announced today that they just put Trevor Lawrence on the IR.
he's going to have shoulder surgery
Yep.
while he's out. I
Yep.
mean, what better time to be out and have shoulder surgery
Yeah.
from getting your head knocked off your shoulders and having a concussion?
Literally knocked off your shoulders.
Oh man, it looks so bad. That hit looks so bad.
Are you
And
watching it?
like the sound. No, I'm not
Oh.
actually. Uh, but the sound, like you could just hear it. And then, like, when you have, like, if you've played football, like the shoulder pads clanking and whatnot, where it sounds like it hurts really bad. Those don't hit. Those hits don't hurt
It's
that bad. It's
yes.
the hits that sound like that, like the thuds.
The thud.
Those hurt. Those
Yes.
hurt immensely.
Yes.
Immensely. And
Yes.
oof, dude, that one was a rough hit.
Yeah. Well,
And then let's see. I didn't get to watch a whole bunch of football this weekend, really. I fell
I
asleep
watched
during the Ohio State game because I was angry because they sucked. I woke up just as the fight started happening. And then I was at my parents' house this weekend on Sunday for a little while. Got home, I didn't really do a whole lot. And then 49ers game was on at 8:20.
yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm going to watch that and, go to bed. And then eventually it was just like, well, okay, I'm watching it.
I'm just going to bed.
I turned it off, dude. I turned it on to Forensic Files and went to bed. Like Forensic Files.
That's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't watch. I watched some of the Packers game on Thanksgiving Day. That's probably the only game I really watched Thanksgiving, and I didn't watch hardly any of it.
Mhm.
I watched the whole Ohio State game while watching the Tennessee game on my computer.
Right.
Dude, I thought Tennessee was giving that game away. Vanderbilt came out and ran the opening kick for
Dude,
100 yards.
100 yards, dude. Yeah.
I was so scared. And then Tennessee
Dude.
throws an interception right away too when they were down 14-0 within the first like 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude. I almost texted you as soon as I saw that kickoff and Vandy ran it back. I was like, whoa. Oh, I had "Go Vandy" typed out, and then I'm like, no, I should do that. I should not do it.
Dude,
I
I
was like,
just
something's gonna come back and bite me.
and it did, and you didn't even send the text.
Well, yeah, there's that. Like, let's see. Oh, the Lions and the Bears game, though. I
I
did
thought
watch part of that.
I was watching the game cast of that game because what was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing.
I knew I had seen another game, like part of another game, and I had to go back to Bleacher Report to go through last week's games. But that game, like the Bears get so close throughout X amount of games this season, and then they just totally just mess it up.
They pull a
But you know
Brown.
what? Hey, their coach is gone now, so you got that going for you.
Well,
Like, how do you not call that? How do you not call a timeout? Like you're going, and you're just going to keep going. You're
yeah,
hoping that you have 13 seconds left, and you're hoping you're going to score a touchdown with what it was like second or third down, maybe fourth. I don't remember going into it. They should have just sucked it up and kicked a fucking field goal and tied it.
yeah,
But no, let's just not call anything. Nothing. That one blew my mind. Like you don't call timeout.
right.
Nothing. He just stood there. He's like, ooh, wonder what could happen. And then Caleb Williams is like, oh yeah, well I changed the play call. Did you though?
Yeah.
Did you?
I
I
mean,
don't know. That was ridiculous.
I will talk my crap about uh Caleb Williams. Do I think he's a great quarterback? No. But for him to come out in that game, throw for 256 yards with 3 touchdowns,
Hmm.
dude, he overperformed Jared Goff.
And yeah, against the Lions defense.
Yes. And then you look at like their rushing. Their
Hmm.
leading rusher was Swift with 39 yards. Yeah. There's another
I don't.
quarterback. There's another quarterback that threw for 1,000,000 yards this weekend. That was good old Jameis Winston.
Oh, dude, Jameis Winston.
497 yards.
He had a hell of a game.
So I was at baseball last night for Dom, and I was talking to my buddy Bobby, and he's like, dude, Jameis Winston threw for like 700 yards. And I was like, dude, no, he didn't. I go, he threw for 497 with 4 touchdowns. He goes, no, dude, you have to add in how many pick sixes he threw and add those to his stats too, because he threw 2 pick sixes. Let me go back and see where it was. The first one,
Do they
geez,
count those yards?
no, they don't count those yards. But like the first interception was a 71-yard return. The second one was a 44-yard return. Okay. So let me bring my little handy dandy calculator up while we're here.
Hmm.
So what did I say? 44 plus 77. Whoopsies. Plus 77 plus 497. 618 yards if you count his. Like, the dude had accounted for 6 touchdowns, and 2 of them were for the other team.
Hmm. I do. Jameis Winston had a really good game though. Like,
You know who had a really good game that game? Jerry Judy.
yeah,
Nine receptions, like 230, hold on, 235 yards. Immaculate. Like, there's nothing more you can say.
right.
Eagles won, Bucks won, Bills won, Rams won. Texans squeaked one out against Jacksonville. Commanders won, Seahawks won, Vikings won, Steelers won, Chargers won, Colts won. The Chiefs survived yet again.
I'm not really sure how. Like, I can't stand the Chiefs at all.
Cowboys won. Hey, dude, we at least have a good Thursday night game this week.
Oh yeah,
Packers Lions.
go Lions.
Hey, why go Lions, Troy?
I'm a Lions fan until the end of the season. 49ers are just not cutting it. I'm gonna have to go with the
So,
with
do
the
you want
big
me to
goal.
like print off a bandwagon paper so I can hand it to you so you can sign it?
Yeah,
Yeah, dog.
yeah, yeah, dog. Hashtag yeah, dog. I will sign that. And like, I have an obscenely large tip marker, like this big. I'll
Yeah.
sign it in that. Just Herbie Hancock that thing.
So
I
you
don't
know I
know.
like to go ahead.
I'm just saying the
Oh, you
Lions
just have a
all the
big
way.
tip.
Lions all the way. Yeah, yeah,
Lions all the way.
yeah.
So you know, like every week I like to look around and see like what game has the lowest tickets.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 of them this week that have really low. Actually, 3 of them. Okay.
Do tell.
I'll say the team you guessed the lowest ticket price.
Okay.
Jacksonville at Tennessee Titans. How much is the lowest ticket?
Like $23.
Nope.
Less?
Yes.
18.
Less.
Get out of here, dude. Like $13?
Less.
No, $8?
$10.
Really?
Yeah.
Like nosebleed seats?
Yeah. Well, I don't even care where it is. Upper level 305 row T. Now, mind you, let's make this a little bit bigger so I can see because I'm half blind. 305 is an end zone aside and row T. So it's not even like all the way up because there's a level 327 with row KK. That's $11. Let's look at the lower bowl area. So you got the end zones, right?
Yeah.
$30. Row double A.
Dude, that's got to be way up there. It's got to be worse than going to the shoe.
Here we go. Let's go front row as close as I can. Front row. Row B, $96. In the end zone.
And that's for a Tennessee game?
That's for a Tennessee Titans Jacksonville Jaguars game
But in Tennessee.
in Tennessee.
All right. What else you got?
Saints Giants in New York.
Ooh.
Well, let me rephrase that, in New Jersey because they're in East. Yeah.
Let's see. Giants. Nobody's really a Giants fan.
Giants are 2-8. Saints are 4-8. 2-10. Sorry. Giants are
So
2-10.
let's say
Dude, I like this segment.
$8. We'll go $8.
No, no, it's more expensive than the Tennessee game.
Okay. So then we'll say 17.
Nope. You're close.
Still
18.
higher? 18. Well, that was the first choice I had last time.
Yeah. $18. Oh, hold on. $16. Sorry. It just changed. $16.
That's ridiculous, man.
And I don't care, like, oh, I just shut my video off. There we go. Sorry. I don't care that it's an NFL game, but $18 for a ticket?
Dude, I don't even need to be a fan to go to a game for $18.
Okay. Last game. Okay.
You can't buy a beer for $18.
In New York, no.
No.
Okay.
Well, like, dude, even here, some of them are $14. You know what I'm saying?
Walleye game, I think it's 12.
I mean, yeah, for the big one. I don't know. I get a frozen walleye because those are tasty. And the cup's cool. You get the cup.
Bengals,
You get a souvenir cup.
Bengals at the Cowboys. Monday night game. Lowest ticket.
In Dallas or Cincinnati?
In Dallas.
35 bucks.
Indoors.
35
Jerry's
bucks.
house.
Geriatrics ward. 35 bucks.
Nope.
Less? 23. 14.
17.
And how much is the ticket to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yes.
Or even like, oh man.
Dude, that's 3 games under $20.
Well, I mean, if you're a fan, yay for you. But if you're not,
So if I wanted to go to the Lions Packers game, the lowest ticket is $169.
it's still really not that bad.
No.
But I don't think I'd want to go, right? It's in Lambeau.
No, it's in Detroit. You want to go?
No.
I am poor.
I'm a poor.
Dude, like even like your Niners ticket, the cheapest one is 79.
Well, I mean, they're kind of falling off this year. Like last year, I don't think it would have been $79 as your cheapest ticket.
Let's Oh, I'm not gonna go into the next week. I can't wait for this segment next week. Oh my gosh. Yo. Yeah, dude, I don't know, dude. Well, that's $17. That's the price of a walleye ticket. No, it's not.
Walleyes are 15,
No,
but
they're not.
then you
They're
have
19.
so they went up a little bit.
Yeah, they're $19 a ticket.
I'd still pay that. Walleye games are amazing to go to.
Yeah, shout out our fish, our fight. Let's go, baby.
Bingo. I don't,
Dude,
I don't have my stuff up there. It's all my wrestling stuff.
I got all the hockey pucks and bobbleheads and
Oh,
more bobbleheads.
I've got my Toledo walleye hat right over there. Right, meal.
Oh, let's see. What else were we want to talk about tonight? What else was there over the weekend?
It was Survivor Series
Oh,
over the
yeah,
weekend
Survivor Series.
with War Games, and I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh boy.
Survivor Series was a very mid pay-per-view for being a big four pay-per-view.
Yes.
It literally was almost like a blow-off pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then they opened the match with the women's War Games.
Yeah.
Horrendous match. Horrendous match.
Oh,
Like Nia Jax swinging that chair around, and she's like going to hit Naomi over the head and stops herself because you
yeah.
can't hit people in the head anymore. And Naomi's like bracing for it. Should have just took the fine, cracked her on top of the head, and said she was like, eh. And then it's like, ah, and like baby taps her in the back, and you're like, Jesus, this is horrible. Like, oh,
Yes.
I'm not, I don't dislike women in wrestling. It's just it's not as physical, not as fast, and they don't,
Or smooth.
it's really not. Like some of them, yes, they absolutely are, but a lot of them are not.
No.
Like you have those certain few that like knock it out of the park, and the matches are freaking great. But this match was not that. This match was a freaking train wreck.
Yes.
Like I don't know, Rhea Ripley coming in, she tore it up. She had a
Dude,
good match.
she is jacked.
Yeah, she is huge.
Yeah.
Like that mask though, I was not a big fan of that mask.
That mask was dumb.
I mean, she did legit break her orbital bone
I
a couple
get
weeks
that.
ago.
I
But
get that.
I don't know, man. Like you do big stuff like that for pay-per-view matches and stuff, but I just that match was not for me at
No.
all, period.
Nope.
Um and then the rest of the card, LA Knight losing to Shinsuke Nakamura? Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
There was next to
I thought they were bringing Shinsuke back as like supposed to be one of the best heels. Like I was not impressed with that.
dude, Shinsuke came back. Like he's doing his whole heel
Right.
gimmick, but it was not like I don't know. It did not like blow me out of the water. And there was really, I don't know, what, 3 weeks to build up to it?
Yeah.
And there wasn't like a whole lot of back and forth with him in the ring. There was nothing.
Right.
It was like Shinsuke's just this dark, ominous figure now with like
Shit on
weird
his
makeup
face.
on his face. And I'm just like,
Yes.
not a fan. And then gosh dang it, I'm glad that Gunther beat Damian Priest.
Same.
I don't like Damian Priest. I like Gunther though. Gunther's
And
BA.
then Finn Balor and uh the rest of the Judgment Day beating up Damian Priest in the back.
Mm-hmm. Helping Gunther win. I was all right with
Yes.
that. Let's see. Ooh, Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser and Braun Breaker in the Intercontinental
Yes.
match. The Intercontinental title match was a friggin' banger. Those guys beat the shit out of each other.
That was the only good match.
I won't say that it was the only good match.
The best match.
It was the best match, which is really bad because in the men's main event for the War Games match, you had Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk on one side. And then you had Solo Sikoa, who I don't know. I don't think he connects with literally anybody. I like Tama Tonga. I don't like Tongaloa.
Yes.
And then Bronson Reed's he's like hit or miss. It really depends on how they use him. And right now they're trying to push him
I think they're
to get
pushing
him
him
up
hard.
to, huh?
They're pushing him too hard,
Well, they
in my
can't push him
opinion.
anymore. They
Yeah,
can't
well,
push him anymore because he
broke his
freaking
cankles.
hurt his ankle. God,
Both.
yeah, that was pretty rough.
Dude, watching that replay was disgusting. His ankle, like,
Yeah, and then God, Jacob Fatu, like the only two people in the new bloodline that I like
I like
and
Jacob
want to
Fatu.
do anything are Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. That is it. That is
Yes,
it.
I will agree with you
Like
100%.
break up the bloodline, get rid of this whole new bloodline versus OG bloodline, and just like end it. But they're gonna run it out to another pay-per-view where Roman wrestles Solo Sikoa for the Ula Fala to become the tribal chief again.
Yes.
Like literally, they could have done that at War Games and just been like, done,
Yep.
and set up for Roman and CM Punk and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match.
Right.
Like you know that the tension's going to start building between Roman and CM Punk, especially when CM Punk was like, "Hey Heyman, I'll be calling in that favor at some point."
Yes.
Literally, that was everything that everybody was talking about after the men's War Games match. Not Roman pinning Solo or this happening or this happening or this happening. It was
CM
Punk
Punk.
hugging Heyman saying, "Hey, we're gonna collect on that favor soon."
Yeah.
Something like that. Whatever he said. Like that's what people are talking about. And then people are talking about Roman cutting CM Punk off when Sami Zayn was going out and he stuck his arm out and let Sami go.
But who did he
And
do it
then,
to
then
last
when
year?
who? Roman?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He stopped one of the Usos and had Sammy go out instead.
I don't recall. I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. Like it's really weird. Like I could be like, "Oh, hey, you remember this from 1998?"
Oh, get
Yeah, I
out of
sure do.
town.
I sure do.
Get out of town.
You tell me that wrestling was not much better back then.
Oh, it was.
Like storylines were better. Like the Bloodline storyline, literally probably the best storyline that WWE's had in years. Years. Like,
Yeah.
what have they done? WWE was so bad for like over a decade. Like, I only watched it because I watched wrestling so long. I just couldn't stop, and I'm just like, man, this sucks so bad. Why do I watch it? And then here comes AEW, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like this. This is
Yes.
much better than what we have right now currently with WWE. But now, once WWE goes to Netflix in January, like what are you supposed to expect with that? Because they said that they're not going to change the rating. It's not going to change. it's still going to be the family oriented WWE, but you're not going to have uh, you don't have to follow as many guidelines, I guess,
Right.
as going on regular cable.
Yes,
So
because you're paid. People are
will it
paying
be
for
a little
stuff.
bit more edgy? I'm sure it will. Like, will we see blood? Possibly,
Maybe.
hopefully.
Maybe.
I'm not saying that I need to have like blood in like every match. I'm not saying that. This if you want to do that, like watch a GCW show for like $7.99. Dude, some GCW shows are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like when Cardona wrestled Nick Gage in that death match. That was insane. It was a good match, but there was a shitload of blood.
Yeah.
Um, AEW, they bleed sometimes more than they should. Like my my buddy and I were when Aaron and I went to we went to Dynamite and Collision a couple times and whatnot, and we're like, hey, I'll bet you this. And when we went to that house show, we're like, hey, dude, 3 minutes until Moxley bleeds, or no, that's too long. It's like a minute and a half. Like we would bet whenever Moxley was going to bleed, like because he bled like literally every match for 2 months.
Right. I remember that.
Like I like AEW. There's a lot of people that shit on AEW, but I mean AEW is a new young company
Yeah.
that has a lot of stuff to grow through and do ins and outs and all kinds of stuff. Like dude, that was WWE and WCW at one point.
Yeah.
Obviously WCW is not there anymore, but like every company's got to grow.
Yes.
And it is very much a tribalistic type thing because you've got people that absolutely just hate AEW or you've got people that hate WWE. I don't hate any of them. It's wrestling and I watch wrestling. That's
Yeah.
why I watch it. It's fun to watch.
So
But
I got to give out my weekly shout out since we're talking about AEW.
mm-hmm.
That's to Homeless Terry.
My gosh, dude. You too and your homeless Terry nonsense. I think we need to get his face where he's got like a like a stupid quizzical befuddled look on it and he can put it on a t-shirt. He can be homeless. He can be the new homeless Terry. I'm sure he would love that. He would probably go for it.
Oh, I'm sure you would. Oh, I
Matt
gotta.
for Matt for homeless Terry.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, but Dynamite is actually tonight. Oh,
Is
it's
it
on
tonight?
right now. Currently, it's currently on right now, and I don't have it on. Well, guess what? I'm going to be watching right now.
I don't have anything on. I
Was that a
am.
yawn?
It was a
Was that a
yawn.
yawn?
Yeah. I'm a little tired.
Well, what for?
Slept like Dookie last night.
Mm, me
All right,
too.
dude. Let's hit on a little local stuff, man. We got quite a bit of sports starting up here locally.
All
You
right,
got
what do you got?
you got your girls. They started what, 2 weeks ago? Girls basketball.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. They went down for the QP Classic in Lima.
Yup, they won that.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty phenomenal.
It was a
Uh
good it was a good time.
yeah. So you guys are the girls are officially 2-1 or 1-2?
Let's see. I
Oh,
dude, I don't. I go, I watch and cheer them on.
and fall asleep.
I'll ask someone who knows. Keeps the stats here.
Yeah, ask our stats expert
Our stats expert,
for
uh,
Bryan girls basketball.
Bryan girls basketball. What is the
3-1
3-1
3-1. Well, there, it's even better
for
than I thought it was.
both varsity and JV? Correct.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice, nice, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the boys. Boys are 1-1, I believe. Um, I will say, dude, a lot of people hyped up Kingston, the new kid that just transferred to Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot to live up to, and in my opinion, he's a good basketball player. The hype is way over what it needs to be.
The hype is not real, huh?
Yes, he is a great offensive player. He drives the ball. Defense collapses on him, and he's got a really good pass to get other people the ball, but he's very wet around the ears for defense.
Well, you know what? He's young and he'll have a lot of room to grow.
Yep, and that's the thing. He has all the time in the world to grow. I mean, I believe he's a
I was gonna say, what grade's he in? Sophomore?
sophomore or a junior, but he's got time to grow, dude.
Well, that's good. I don't basketball is not one of the sports that I keep up with on
Yeah.
the regular. I go, I show up, I cheer, and I go home.
Yeah. Rah rah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not like I get to wear a Ric Flair robe and yell woo at all or anything.
Yeah, jeez. Be a lot cooler
That
if
I
you
never
did.
that I never got my Ric Flair robe to yell woo during those games.
You'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I'd have a long ride home, as they say.
Girls got a
Did I
game.
tell you Tyler about that, right?
No,
Tyler didn't tell you about that? Or I didn't tell you about that?
no.
So you know that I am ironically the more reserved one at the sporting events.
Yes.
She yelled one time in Lima at the JV game. Literally, it was one time. And like she was doing really well. And she like clapped her hands real loud. She's like, come on. And this ref was like, this lady's about to have a long ride home.
Oh,
And then literally that was all she said. And he's like, this lady's about to have a long ride home.
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Now, what
Oh,
were you saying?
I said you're going. The girls have a game tomorrow,
Take a
correct?
shot. Yes. And in Paulding.
In Paulding, and then
In
the
Paulding.
boys are home Friday. They have Patrick Henry.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
then one of my favorite seasons starts Saturday when boys wrestling starts.
mm-hmm.
They travel, I don't know exactly where they travel to. They're a good distance away, though. A good distance away. Let's see. Hi, Tyler.
This isn't alive.
I don't remember where the wrestling is, but then we have,
Your wrestling's where it's supposed to be. It's where it's at.
yeah. Um, but I'm really excited to watch boys wrestling this year because there's a kid. I believe he's on the YouTube page that we have. I know he's on the Instagram. Damian
Mm-hmm.
Wolf
Mm.
is wrestling at 190 this year, which is a big step up for him. He bulked up quite a bit during football season. And the state rankings just came out, and Damian Wolf is ranked 8 in the state
All right, get some.
at 190. So I'm pretty pumped to see that. There's not a
What did you
lot of
wrestle at
kids,
last year?
huh?
What did you wrestle at last year?
He wrestled at 175 last year.
That's a jump, bud.
So he bulked up to 190, which he's a senior this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of kids from the area that are ranked in the top 20. Actually, there's only one, and it's the kid at Wapakoneta. Brady Prazer is from Wapakoneta. He's ranked 7th. Everybody else is on the east side of the state. Norwalk, Canfield, St. Mary's Memorial.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. And then Sunday starts the girls wrestling, which my stepdaughter is in. She's wrestling at 175. So I will have probably no voice for the next pod.
Good.
I am I'm super loud at wrestling events, but my daughter
You're
knows.
super loud at baseball events.
Bubba, no, I'm not. Okay, I am.
Our children were not in the same league this year. And if we were at the park, I could hear you from a field away.
Bubba, my wife could hear me down at the high school field.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I heard the story. But yeah, you're not loud. You're not, I mean, you're not quiet.
I mean, you got to make sure the kids hear you. I mean, granted, if the kids from the other field start running the bases, because I'm telling them to go.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You had a voice all season, so you'll be fine.
Eeh. I don't know, dude. I lost my voice quite a bit last year during wrestling season.
Did you?
Quite a bit. But speaking of baseball, we just started baseball practice last night for 9U in the bets.
Oh man. I miss it, but I don't miss it.
I I'm I'm excited. I'm really excited. I love baseball. But now we're in the part where it's a long, grueling winter of
Hmm.
baseball practice. I mean, granted, it's only one day a week, it's an hour and a half, but being in this enclosed little building with, I think there's 18 boys,
Hmm.
it gets a little rough.
I'll say, dude, that wears on you.
Yeah.
It
And
wears
there's
on them
only
too.
there's only one, two, three, four. I think there's only five coaches.
Really.
I got wrangled in to be one of them. Yep.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
other than that, I don't have nothing else to talk about, dude. All my sports, I hit on everything I wanted to hit on.
Mm.
Hopefully you hit
Well,
on everything you wanted to hit on.
I did. Yeah, I did.
We finally
But
got the
I do want to hit on something else.
oh
The
boy.
fact that you finally like put your big boy pants on and got some like beard oil products
I
from a
did
good
get some beer oil,
reputable beard company.
bro, and it smells amazing.
Hmm.
I'm After this pod, I'm getting ready to go get in the shower to try the new soap out though.
Yeah, dude, do the soap. Soap is great.
I have the
Rise of the
soap.
Draugr, right?
Yes. No, what was the soap?
Did you get that purple one?
No.
You didn't get the collab? I thought that was the one that also a leather scent, but
No, I got the beard oil and the same soap. I'm looking because I posted a picture.
it's the dark cherry one though, right? Dark cherry leather.
Um, Not Rise of the Jogger. That is the deodorant I got. Shoot, I don't remember what else I ordered. Tim, where are you? I'm now
Let's
looking it up real
just
quick.
let's see here, dude.
Shop now.
Let's see. Okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, all right?
Listen.
Yeah,
Duh.
bro, your deodorant Rise of the Draugr.
Yes.
Your soap also Rise of the Draugr.
I thought it was Ragnarok. Oh no, he didn't have Ragnarok. You're right. It is Rise of the Jogger. Calm down.
Golly.
Did you look at my
Dude.
picture?
Yeah, I had to go back and look at it.
Because I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't read what it was.
I told you that's what it was. That's a good one though. I'm telling you, that's a good one.
Oh, I don't. I
Rag,
can't even read my own picture.
Ragnarok's a good one. But you know when you can get Ragnarok? December
December.
13th. This Friday at 8 p.m.
Next Friday.
Bro. Yeah, next Friday. Not this Friday. I got excited.
Yeah, got a little excited.
Yeah, next Friday.
All right, broski. Well, it was fun, as always.
It was good. Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it. Make sure y'all like the video or the audio if you're on Spotify. Subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, bro.
Yep. All right, dudeski. It was fun.
Peace out.
Later, dude.
Yep. See ya.